Hello, everybody. Welcome to day two of Youth Business Forum. I hope that we are very, very excited. As we begin day two of this forum, I just want to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for your active participation and enthusiasm, especially yesterday. Yesterday was filled with inspiring pitches. We all heard that. We had insightful discussions. And I hope that we are very, very excited for today. My name is Maiwa, by the way, and I am the project manager of Youth to Business. The Youth to Business project has been a remarkable journey. It started 3 months ago with over 70 applications from passionate young entrepreneurs in Rwanda. After a very rigorous selection process, 30 of them were chosen, and I am very proud to announce that 22 of them have successfully completed the program. Throughout the phases of this project, they have learned invaluable skills like business planning, financial forecasting, marketing, sales, problem statements, value proposition composing, and pitch deck creation. I'm really impressed by their dedication and innovative ideas that are truly shaping the future of Rwanda. Remember that the journey of entrepreneurship is not just about the end goal, but also about the learning and growth you experience along the way. Special thanks to our partners, IGIHE, Winners, and the Commonwealth Year of Youth for their support and commitment in nurturing young entrepreneurs in Rwanda. So I hope that we bring back the energy and momentum and enthusiasm we had yesterday into today. And yes, looking forward to see how the rest of this forum will go and completing the program today. So let's stay tuned for the panel discussion.
All right. Thank you very much for the introduction, my Miss Mayowa, and I would love to extend my greetings. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the day two panel discussion of Youth to Business Forum. It's an amazing time today. We are going to be having an amazing panel discussion with while each member of panelists is going to be having a unique perspective about the topic of the day, which is very, very exciting. I hope all of you are interested about it. So today's topic is effective, effective storytelling and pitching for securing investment and partnerships. I hope all of you are very excited for this one. So going to be presenting a lot. So I urge all of you to be attentive, to participate, ask questions, and actively listen to ensure that you don't miss out. The panel discussion we have today, we have Giselle Omtoni. Giselle is a seasoned executive in the nonprofit sector with over 5 years of leadership experience. She excels in strategic planning, resource mobilization, stakeholder engagement. Giselle is also known for her work in gender and gender based violence programming, designing innovative programs to enhance sexual reproductive health rights and protection against GBV, this gender-based violence. Her leadership is defined by a commitment to empathetic, impactful, and feminist practices driving social change and empowering women and girls in Africa. We welcome Giselle. We also having Thais Bauer. Thais is uh, Thais is uh, also an entrepreneur with over a decade of experience in East Africa. Is the founder of Rwanda's first potato crisps company, holding an MS like master in development studies from Wagen University. He specializes in agriculture economics and business administration. Thais is passionate about creating profitable, sustainable value chains with social environmental impact. His strategic vision and marketing deep market understanding have led to successful ventures that benefit smallholder farmers and prioritize societal and environmental well-being. You're welcome, Thais. And up next, uh, we are having we are having Jean-Pierre Nijena. Jean-Pierre Nijena is dedicated to solving African challenges through innovative entrepreneurship, technology, and leadership. He founded Pragma, a platform that empowers African youth to create high impact ventures, addressing unemployment and promoting economic freedom. Currently, he is pursuing a doctorate of business administration at Luxembourg Institute of Social Entrepreneurship, focusing a social entrepreneurship and humanitarian innovations. Jean-Pierre co-founded and leads two companies that revolutionize the African agriculture, the value chain, and combat chronic malnutrition problems. Uh, the companies include Traplo Coffee Limited, which assist farmers with finance, equipment, inputs, and market information with while Triumvirate Food produces affordable and nutritious fish powder. His skills include venture breeding, startup strategy, funding, market creating innovations, product design, business strategy, and social impact monitoring and reporting. He has received multiple honors and certification for his work and impact. You're very, very welcome, Jean-Pierre Mindjena. So this is the panelist members we are having today. So it's very, very a pleasure to have all of you here, all member of the panelists. And I urge everyone, as I highlighted at the start, that participate, ask questions, and ensure that this time be the you get the most out of it. So to start, we're going to be highlighting the topic we have. The topic of today is effective pitching and storytelling, securing investment and partnerships. This is the topic that we're going to be talking about today. So I would love to express the first question uh, to the panelist members. The first question is, and also for the audience to get understand better how this works. The first question is, uh, what are the key elements that makes a pitch compelling and memorable to investors and potential partners? Whoever can go first. Maybe Thais, if you don't mind, can you please share about it?
Okay, yes, thank you so much. And also, thank you so much for being here, for the invitation. So, first of all, when I started my company, I did a few pitches. But what I always say is that these days it is very important to do a pitch to present your company. But it is especially important to learn yourself to be very good in on the commercial side of your business. However, the pitch is just the idea you are starting, or maybe already you have already a small business that you want to grow. So it really depends on which stage of the business you are. Are you still starting, or are you already some years in the business and you want to scale your business? So that really depends on the time of when are you pitching. So most of the time, it also depends on your group. So are you presenting in front of angel investors, investment funds? So it also depends on your story. So you really need to make sure that your story is in line with your audience. So for me, of course, you need to have a great idea, but of course, the investors, they are also investing in you as an entrepreneur. So is the story that you are telling, does it make sense? And as an entrepreneur, I think you need to show you have understanding of all the important aspects of doing a business, but you don't have to know everything. But you need to become people need to like you, so you need to make sure that you are liked by your audience. So you need to have a strong story about why your business is good and why you are the person that is going to make it a success. That's, I think, in short, what I could say. And of course, what is most important is that people also need to see from you that you are actually liking your ideas. Because there are a lot of good ideas, lot of good companies, but are you also the right person who created that concept or created that business or created that project? Are you also the person that should execute it, or yeah, and what is your role? So that is important to share, I would say. Thank you.
Uh, thank you very much, Thais. That was an amazing. And you here, Thais highlighted the fact that we have as youth, as anyone who is looking forward to pitching a business. The fact that are you the right person to be implementing that business? Is your business good enough? Revisit everything and ensure that everything is in line and you're the right person to be uh, implementing the idea. That's amazing. That's awesome. So, Jean Pierre, can you please share more about the thing?
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, and thank you for the invitation to share with these amazing young people about what they can do better to pitch their ideas and secure some of the investment they need to take their business to the next level. So I would also emphasize to what my fellow has said. What makes a pitch compelling, it depends on what stage of business are you, what are your objectives, and who are you pitching to. If you know that, then you know generally there is some key element that you may include in some of the pitch, depends on where you are, and which is going to make it very compelling. So, but firstly, you need to make sure that you have an opening, very strong opening, that is going to capture the interest of everyone who is in the audience, and make sure that you clearly state the story that is behind uh, your business, and also about yourself. Link it to you and why you started that business. So you need to make sure that you also um, make a clear problem statement that talks about this, the how big and how important is to solve that problem today. Because one thing that investors also are interested in is how big is the problem? Is the problem big enough? Is is it relevant to solve? How is it relevant to solve it today, and how urgent it is? Because they want to predict whether today it's the right time to solve those problem or that problem you are trying to solve. And again, if you clearly state a good problem, you need to make sure that you have a unique solution. You have an innovative approach to solving that solution, and this goes with a strong value proposition to the customers you are trying to sell the solution to, and also goes on to try to make sure that you know how to make money out of your problem. If you know that, then you also need to stress out how much strong is your team, and a strong call to action. That's generally what makes pretty much every pitch at every level. They're very common to any pitch at any level that you be pitching. Yeah, that's what I may say as of now.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing, Jean-Pierre. So Jean-Pierre also he highlighted another unique point about you have to ensure that you are solving a big problem. Your business should be resolving a bigger problem. And also he highlighted another unique point about always ensuring that like telling about the story behind your business, and also how do you to find a way the story resonates with you and your business. That was amazing sharing, Jean-Pierre. And Giselle, what do you think about it? What advices would or what insight would you share about that? Thank you. Giselle, can you hear me?
Thanks, David. Yeah, thank you. It's breaking a little bit. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, yes, loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I think my fellow panelists have really, talked really well about the problem and being able to articulate how your business is uniquely positioned to solve the problem. So I'll maybe talk a little bit about the humane or the psychology aspect of pitching to people. So I work in the development sector or the non-profit, even though I don't like to use that word, rather the for impact sector, because there's no such thing really as the non-profit business, if you want to call it that way. And I think some of the young people hopefully here today also might have ideas on doing good in business or doing business before impact. And I think some of the things obviously that are make a compelling pitch for a full for-profit business also are applicable to a for impact or social enterprise, trying to pitch to investors or funders or however you want to call it. But I'll speak mostly from that perspective of trying to pitch an idea that's going to bring a social impact and that might not necessarily just exist to bring profits, or to address specific issues of a specific really one of the things that keep that I keep being surprised by is just how the people that you're pitching to are just human beings like you. So if you think about it, if you're pitching an idea, you want to get people from you want to change mindsets. You want people to you want people's buy-in. You want funders or investors buy-in your vision. And I think that's really the key for me to be able to have a compelling and successful pitch, is to be able to speak to people's pain points, to be able to speak to people's interest and values. Why am I going to go from zero to not even knowing about your business to wanting to invest in your business and in you as an entrepreneur. There has to be, you have to be able to create a strong emotional connection with the people that you're pitching to. Sometimes it's really just about return on investment for investors, but oftentimes it's about your idea, it's about the problems you're trying to solve, and it's about you as an entrepreneur. So I think being able to create that connection with the people that you're pitching to is very important. And I think some of the things that they've said do serve that purpose. Being able to articulate your why did you start your business? What problem are you trying to solve? What is your story? And how does your story connect to that problem? Everybody loves a good story. Sometimes it's a story of your business as the hero's journey, the hero being your business, so you as an entrepreneur. Sometimes it's a story of a client or a beneficiary that your solution whose life your solution has transformed. But in any case, people want to hear more than figures and statistics, and you want to be able to craft a narrative that goes beyond facts and figures and is able to bring people to your side of the narrative that you're trying to sell. You want to bring people from not caring at all about your business and your idea and what you want to do in the world to being able to say, to ask you, how can I help you, or how can I invest in your vision? And I think being able to do that and being able to know, how do I outline my story, where do I start, how do I make sure that everything makes sense in how it's structured, is really important. But always making sure that it's personal and that it's something that is really authentic to you and to your business idea, is I think what has been key to me in the nonprofit sector and the social entrepreneurship sector, but I believe really in all type of pitching that you might be preparing for. I think maybe I'll stop here for now, and maybe we can dive deeper into like how do you craft that story a bit later.
All right. That was amazing sharing, Giselle. Giselle highlighted another important topic about you also you need to consider at some point, you need to consider about the social impact that your business is doing. Don't Not only considering about the profit that you're making, but also think of uh, the way that your business is contributing, making an impact socially. And also she highlighted another important topic, point about connecting your business emotionally to your clients, knowing, getting them know attracted emotionally to your business. That was very, very crucial, Giselle. Thank you for sharing. So the next question is about, maybe for this time we start with Jean-Pierre. So Jean-Pierre, how can young entrepreneurs effectively communicate their vision and business potential to secure investments and partnerships, especially when competing against more established businesses? Can you share a bit about this one?
Correct. Thank you very much. One thing that I always go for is to know your why. Like, why are you doing that? What are your passion and what are your purpose? And knowing that, you make sure that you always reflect and connect everything that you are doing back to your why. You have to also understand that why you are competing, everyone knows that um, if you have got something unique that you know how to uniquely um, implement, and knowing that you can present it in a very convincing and compelling manner that can touch uh, the audience's emotions. regardless of who you are competing with. If you appeal to the audience's interests, and also if you understand the why you are doing that, and convince and try to make sure that you can help people understand where you're going and what potential you have, but also you have to also be vulnerable. You don't have to appear that you know all, or you can go and just do miracles. No, you have to acknowledge what you can do, and also what you can't, and also seek the way you can gain or learn what you don't know today. So at the end of the day, if you're young, you need to be humble, you need to be open to learning, and you also have to be very ambitious in what you do. So that is what can make a young person very unique and make them stand out in this sea of competitions that they are trying to stand out. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jean-Pierre. That was amazing sharing. That was amazing. That was wonderful. So Jean-Pierre also tried to highlight the point that uh, you need to put your why first before everything. Make sure you have a strong why, and also connect it to the people that you are trying to solve their problems for, and also the point that you always need to be open to learning to ensure that you are being adaptable to new technologies coming, to new situations, new challenges. That was very, very inspirational. Thank you very much for sharing, Jean-Pierre. Uh, uh, Thais, how do you think of this? What do you think? How do you think young entrepreneurs can be able to compete with, like also to pitch their businesses while in the competition with other businesses? Yeah.
Yes. So, first of all, I would say you really need to know your unique selling point. What makes you different than the existing businesses or the sort like businesses? So, what I sometimes say, what's your special weapon? So, for example, in our company, Hollanda Fair Foods, we have a very good connection with our farmers. We think that we are the best in sourcing our potatoes, and that is why we have a unique flavor to our crisps. That's why we believe that we are the best crisps in the world, and that's what we have been saying since day one. So you really need to understand what makes you unique. And the good thing about a young entrepreneur is that you are still allowed to be open-minded. So you don't yet you can think outside the box. So try to package it, show your energy, show your adrenaline, show your willingness to be successful and be able to beat the big guys. And of course, at the end of the day, it is also about money. And so it also show to your investors that you understand your own business model. What are the risks in your numbers? So indeed, don't talk about this too much, but at least show them that you are not someone who's only talking about the impact, which is of course key, which is very important, but also understand how you can translate this into a profitable or sustainable business model. So I would say these are for me the most important things.
Yeah, thank you very much, Thais. That was a good and inspiring sharing. So, Thais also highlighted the fact that you have to don't forget to like to identify your unique selling point, which is very, very, very crucial in standing out along with other businesses. Thank you very much for sharing that, Thais. So, Giselle, any sharing about this? About this, what do you think of this?
Yeah, I think it definitely is about being able to identify and leverage on your competitive edge And I think that's potentially work that's done even before you have the opportunity to pitch. I don't think that's something you figure out while you're pitching. And if you presumably, if you have done so as a young entrepreneur, and if you know what that your competitive edge is, your uniqueness, however we want to call it, whether you are a for-profit business or a for-impact enterprise, I think it's really useful to be able to do that work before. Sometimes when we talk about pitching, we only talk about it in the context of this is a pitch competition. But I like to think that there are so many ways of being able to get the opportunity to pitch your idea to someone. You could meet with Tice at a coffee shop, and then he gives you 5 minutes to talk to him about your idea, or you meet someone at a conference, and you're not always prepared with a PowerPoint presentation of the 5 slides of what's the problem, what's the solution, what's your value proposition, the theories that I'm sure we all know. So sometimes it's really, you have to have done that work before, while you're setting up your business, and progressively to be able to know what do we have to offer that other businesses cannot offer, and how do we leverage this, and how do we communicate this to potential investors, to our prospective funders, and everyone else that could help our mission. And I think being able to communicate that, you can use different tools. You can obviously, while you're engaging someone face to face or one on one or in a pitch competition or however, I always think that being able to have an engaging conversation rather than a one-way conversation, it always works best. Again, like I said, I really believe that investors, funders, donors, they're all human beings that want to connect with you as the entrepreneur that's doing incredible work that you are doing, and they want to be able to know why you're doing that work. So being able to engage them and communicate your vision, you can engage them with questions. You can use techniques like vision casting, which is where you can use different ways of drawing people into your vision, into your idea. Let's say you're selling water, clean water, to people that don't have water. How is that? How did that come about? What are the impacts that has on your last mile client or your beneficiaries? How is that going to change their lives, make their lives better? And being able to draw people in so they can visualize what that looks like and how you're making a dent in the universe, which is very different from what other companies are doing. So I think being able to articulate that unique proposition is one thing, and then being able to find ways to communicate it. So you can use predisposition tools, you can have things that are handy, you can use graphics, you can have your pitch decks that are very engaging and even send them to people before you meet them or after you meet them. You can make sure that you have a lot of tools that can help you be able to outline your vision and how you're working to achieve that vision when you're talking to potential investors and funders, and also be able to obviously like clarify and cast your vision so that they are now as invested as you are in making that things a reality. I think that's potentially what I would want to add to what the other panelists have said. Really investing time and effort in learning how do I communicate my vision so that it's not my vision alone, but that it's now a shared vision with the people that I want to bring on board.
Thank you, Giselle. That was insightful. Giselle highlighted the good point that I loved, that always be prepared. These investors are not always having a time for longer presentation. Always be prepared and ensure that you always ready to present the vision and the mission of your business. Thank you very much for that, Giselle. So we have 3 more minutes. For this one, I would like us to talk about the very last question in not more than 50 seconds to also wrap up with the time. We the last question is, it says, we for this one we're starting with Jean Pierre. Uh, yeah, Jean Pierre. Can you provide examples of common mistakes entrepreneurs make in their pitches and how to avoid them?
Okay, right. So the first mistake that entrepreneur, including I myself, made, I made was not to do my research on audience. So I would end up pitching in front of people I don't know. I don't even know their interests, and that was my beginning of entrepreneurship journey. So not knowing your audience and not doing your research enough. Another mistake is to assume that you know everything and you close the door to opportunities. So if you are pitching and then you find out that there's something you don't know, you don't stress that you know it. You just accept that you don't know it so that you receive the feedback about it. So another mistake is uh, to not be sincere in what you are presenting. Some people tend to tell lies, trying to entice people. So you need to just be legit. Say what you have done and say what you didn't have that you are trying to do that. So yeah, that is like the three common mistake I would say. And also not knowing numbers. Yeah, I would also stress that going there and then you don't know your numbers, it's very, very critical. And because most of the problem evolve around understanding the numbers. Most of the investors like numbers, so you really need to understand your numbers. Yeah,
Thank you very
that's it.
much, Jean. Yeah, thank you very much, Jean Pierre. Always accept feedbacks and accept to learn, and also think of i- numbers. Measure the success of your business. Put it in numbers and ensure every day, every time you have all that set. That was amazing sharing, Jean Pierre. Thank you very much. So, Thais, what you're sharing about this, please?
I think you are mute, if I may say.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
So
go
I would
ahead.
say, I would say then, yeah, be prepared. Understand who are your investors you are talking to again, and what do you want to get out of your pitch. That is one side. So really know which investors are interesting for you, because some of the investors you are pitching to you even don't want to have on board. But secondly, what you also shouldn't forget is that you need to show that you are not doing it alone. So of course you are taking the lead, but you also have a team. So this also has been already shared a bit, but also show indeed your weaknesses, but also show them the solution. So be open to feedback, but also share that you will do it in the team. And of course, you need to show that you are the right entrepreneur, that you are excited in the journey. But I've not much to add, actually. Marshall has said already most of it. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Thais, for that one. Uh, you hired also the a very important point. Get prepared. Yes, accept the feedbacks and also share the fact that you're also not doing this alone. You have a team that is going to be helping you all along the way, which is also another value, another effort. That was amazing, Thais. So, Giselle, can you share maybe using in 30 to 40 seconds about this one?
I'll do my best. I think just one, maybe two quick things. I think there's a tendency, we all have it. I know I've had it in the past, probably still do, to overload investors or funders with information. It almost never works. I like the fact of using numbers, being prepared, and on top of that, just simplify, 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 simplify. Use simplification tools like graphics. Use the rule of three. Don't overload people with saying we have this product and listing 10 products. Just make sure that you can simplify your information as much as possible. And then another thing that sometimes happen, which is surprising, is you go into a pitch. Obviously, you want money, but you cannot articulate your ask. You don't know what you want from your investors or your funders. So when you have to be able, on top of the numbers of these are the financial projections, this is, you have your numbers right, but you need to be able to also show where is the money from the investors or funders going, down to the last dollar if you can. And you have to have your numbers handy in case they come up, because if they ask you how can we help, you should be able to have a very clear answer, and also to explain, with your help, this is what we will be able to achieve as a business, this is the impact we're going to be able to have, or this is how many clients we'll be able to reach, or anything that you want to be able to accomplish with your investment. I think, yeah, those are some of the tips that I wanted to share, but otherwise, I think we've said everything else.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. So thank you very much, panelists. It's been a pleasure hearing from the insight, and now we can jump straight up to the Q&A, questions and answer session. So we have three good questions. I can see the very first one is posted on the screen, saying, "Dear Jean-Pierre, you had talked about the uniqueness. So you had talked about the uniqueness. So what about the myth that says entrepreneurs are born, not made?" Over to you, dear Jean-Pierre.
Okay, right. So I would say that no one is born a genius. No one is born a genius. I would not rule out that some people has a very innate capability of doing something much better than others. But entrepreneurship is a skill that you can learn and do it best. The one thing that you have to make sure is to understand yourself. What are you capable of? What can you do better than any other person in your team? And then understanding that is when you are going to understand where you can play a role in a team, because a solo entrepreneur, one person cannot be an entrepreneur alone. You need to have a team. So understanding your strength and also your weaknesses, so that you know how to balance your presence within a team, is what makes you a good entrepreneur. So learn what makes you strong, understand your weaknesses, and then join a team where has a strength which reflects your weaknesses, to strike a balance. Then you keep learning, keep relentlessly trying to do something special for your customers. So everyone is not going to be a CEO or executive. You can just become a customer manager anywhere you can play a role. You can be called entrepreneurs. So the myth that says entrepreneurs are born or not made is a myth. As they say, it's a myth. So you can learn entrepreneurship, and you can apply the learning to practice it, and you can become a very good entrepreneurs by learning it. Even though
Yeah. Thank you
you are
very.
made, even though you are made, you are born with a talent, you still have to learn, because talent are also nurtured. So you have to learn. You have to learn, to practice, for your talent to shine. So again, you will have to make sure that you come back to learning and apply what you learn. So, yeah.
Thank you very much, Jean-Pierre. I think the question from the list got answer. I think the list where you are, you got the answer of what you asked for, and that's very true. Thank you very much for sharing, Jean-Pierre. The other question goes to Miss Giselle. The question says, it's a question from Emmanuel Niomuchiza. It says, how can we address the issue of youth unemployment through entrepreneurship opportunities?
Um, this is a very good question, Emmanuel. It's a systemic issue. I think it's not, unfortunately, it's not an issue that just you and I can solve, but I think it's an issue that definitely young people have a lot of potential to solve, or at least really make headway in solving this issue, especially in Rwanda. We have a huge problem of youth unemployment, especially in Rwanda. That in my organization, feel free to check us out. Any need to we have potential collaboration areas that we're working on. That's one of the issues that we work on with RAMREC, youth mentorship and empowerment. And I know there's a lot of institutions in Rwanda that are doing the same. Some of those organizations are promoting job creation for young people through funders like MasterCard. There's a lot of programs through government agencies I would encourage young people on the call today that are working on issues of youth entrepreneurship to do first, maybe to do research and to find allies, because this is such a huge issue that not one business can solve alone. You can, and you're obviously, if you're on this call, it's because you're interested in doing that. If you have a business that you want to scale, you can definitely one business, by collaboration, by building coalition with other businesses that have the same goals in other institutions. They don't have to be businesses. It can be government agencies. It can be non-government organizations like the organization I work with, finding ways to collaborate and finding ways to also advocate and find solutions that make fellow young people for your business. But how do we make sure that we can at least improve the opportunities that young people access in terms of employment for thousands, hundreds of thousands of young people in Rwanda? I think it's really through collaboration and partnerships. I think it's through learning from each other. What are other businesses doing that is working? What are other institutions doing that is working to create more jobs? And I think those opportunities are increasing day by day. And personally, sometimes what saddens me is that young people don't know about those things. They don't know that MasterCard has a goal of creating millions of jobs on the continent and hundreds of thousands of jobs in East Africa, including Rwanda. And some of those jobs could be created through your business. So I think one of the things, maybe one key call for action that I can say right now is inform yourself and know where those opportunities are coming from, so you can also benefit from those. So maybe you really want to be able to contribute to job creation, but your business doesn't have the money. But maybe you can collaborate with institutions that are financing job creation for young people, so you have investment to be able to create jobs for your fellow young people. So educate yourself, reach out to people that have those programs, that have immense capital and investment to put towards that issue. And I think that would potentially move you to the right direction. Thank you for such a good question.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Giselle. That was amazing. Highlighted the fact that this to solve the unemployment problems among youth needs a collaborative effort among businesses, among young people, all of us to tackle out that problem. Thank you very much for sharing that, Giselle. So our very last question goes to Mr. Tice. Tice, what advice would you give to young both what advice would you give to younger or youth about navigating challenges and achieving their goals? This question is from Olive Niomuchiza. Over to you, Mr. Tice.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is a very important question, and this is something you need to be. This is when you know when you understand this. This is when you become a successful entrepreneur. In two ways, because as an entrepreneur, you are two things. I would say you are a visionary, so you really know your final goal. What is your ultimate goal? Your why? What Marshall has been saying. But also you are sometimes I call it a professional firefighter. You are not afraid to solve problems. So you are jumping from one activity to the other activity with every time the end goal in mind. So you always need to understand on all the small activities you're doing, all the small challenges, why I make a decision, how am I going to mitigate on this challenge. So for this is also you need to make sure for sometimes with an entrepreneur you sometimes fall in a trap that you think you only have challenges. So what is important, and that's also one of my personal challenges, is to also celebrate your successes. So also small successes. So maybe your first sell or your first year celebration, because this makes it easier for you to mitigate those challenges because it will give you a positive energy to solve those problems. So at the one hand, you have a lot of because you start your business because you see an opportunity maybe or to solve a certain challenge. And when you start doing it, then you find out, whoa, it's not easy to do it, but you do it with a lot of adrenaline, a lot of motivation. That's why you're starting your business. And then you understand that the reality is a bit more tough than you've actually planned. And then you also need to tell, and then you need to come back to your investors to say, the reality has been a little bit different than I pitched at the time, but I have a solution. And I believe in my solution because I have made those successes, but I still have this challenge. So maybe you need to come back again to them to ask for a little bit more investment or whatsoever. But it is also one of the questions I read in the chat, and I think this is also very important as part of my answer to this question is that you need to be very good in calculating your risk. So sometimes you are panicking about something which is not really the reason to panic. You just need to calm down and you need to think through with your team. Sometimes you don't know the answer, but your colleague knows the answer, or maybe your partner knows the answer, or your stakeholder knows the answer. So try to relax, think about it, and think about what is your end goal, what is your vision, what is your why, and then you can navigate through your challenges. So sometimes it is to fight your challenge, other times is to avoid the challenge. So you also need to think about, well, how am I going to deal with that? So maybe this is still a bit vague answer, but I would actually ask everyone to start doing it. And I think the pitch is only the start about saying your idea, but you really start to become an entrepreneur when you actually will change your investment capital into working capital or assets financing whatsoever. So that is so just go for it and deal with the problems and see how you go and discuss it with your family, your friends, with your partner, whatsoever, because they also give you good advice. So yeah, that is what I would say.
Uh, all right, all right. Thank you very much, Mr. Tice, for that sharing. That was awesome. The point that you have always to enjoy the process, you enjoy the small wins and milestone. That was amazing. Most of you, we caught up ourselves in. You only think of you are going to celebrate only when you achieve millions of dollars on your bank account. That was a inspiring sharing, which means we have to celebrate even those small wins to ensure that it motivates us along the way towards achieving the bigger vision of our businesses, how it's like actually. Thank you very much, panelists. Thank you very much for the participants for this one. It has been an amazing time having this important discussion. My name is David Kwizera. I'm president of AIESEC in Kigali. It has been an honor to be with you. I love all the ideas, the participation of the audience. It really has been an amazing time. Thank you very much. I think we can go next to the other point of the agenda. Thank you very much, guys. Let's keep this onwards. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome Samuel. You can start.
So thank you very much. This is Samuel, as you can see on my screen. I am the one who started this Bright Future initiatives, and you can see everything on your screen. So that is my presentation, and I am Samuel here. So without wasting time, let's go straight to my presentation. This is what I'll be covering. This is what I'll be covering. So I have free time, few minutes. Let me use that minutes as they are. So we are this organization dedicated to improve the quality of education in rural areas, and we got funded this year of 24, and we are driven by the belief that everyone deserves a chance at a better future. That is what we have seen, and the mostly across the world in rural areas. This is the common problems. Those students who wish to achieve very many things academically, they face these basic inequalities, and they are limited to these developing infrastructures, education disparity, poor communication, and health challenges, health challenges which always affect their education journey. And this is one of the problems that we have. This is the mission that we should be working on, and this is our vision. And mainly, our vision is to have such a vibrant environment where education is embraced as the catalyst for personal growth, economic prosperity, and sustainable development. And this is our mission. So we shall have to achieve this vision through achieving this. And to do this, we shall also be empowering our local community through holistic education initiatives, fostering culture of life learning, and equipping individuals with the knowledge, skills, and opportunity to realize their full potential. That is actually what we shall be working on. So this is one of the problems that we have discovered, and the problem is that if you come and see her in Rwanda, and I know that most of you don't know, but I want to tell you, if you know, that only 4% of all teachers in Rwanda have adequate English proficiency, which makes only 5,522 of 138 teachers and 38 teachers in Rwanda, which has affected education in very many areas. And this also made the student fail, which is always the problem. And this is because in Rwanda, since 2008, English was made the language of instruction in Rwanda schools, but still now that is the problem. So that is what we should be working on. If you go straight to the solution, you can see that we shall be working on through community workshops, where I shall be organizing these workshops to educate and empower our community about the benefits of investing in education. There's also a partnership program where I shall be collaborating with this IDB Rwanda and local schools to bring these debate discussions at the village levels. Also, we shall be calling out these awareness campaigns, and these awareness campaigns which I target mainly be talking about how education is very important, and also gathering the support these secondary students who are in need. That is how we achieve it. So we got a strategic plan or strategic plan that combines these short-term goals and long-term goals. This is what mainly want to achieve in these 5 years. Here you can see 1 to 2 years, but also I have the one for 3 to 5 years. This is only mainly what we want to achieve from 1 to 5 years. Good. So from there, this is a financial overview. There's funding sources and expense breakdown. As you can see, funding sources is mainly from, we have no any sponsorship, we have no any supporting program. It's only our members. And from there, that we do need funding and support needs. As you can see, we need 15,000 for building BFAS centers. We also need volunteers for those who will sacrifice their time to help us in these community awareness campaigns. We also need some partnerships with organizations specializing in color guidance, disability competitions, court education, and also business funding. And also the funds that we need, this is how it will be used. We also need to have these infrastructures, we need to have money to implement, we also have money to do research, and also some administration fees. So from there, we come now to main part here. This is what actually we're asking for. We're asking you to make some donations to support our ongoing projects, to volunteer your time and skills to make a direct impact, to spread the word about our organization mission within your network, also to explore partnerships, opportunities to amplify our efforts. And this is how you can get involved. We have got a registration form here. If you click there, you can see it. We also have the way of attending our upcoming community workshops and annual fundraising. We also have this way of contacting our team via their emails. We also have this way of contacting our teams via their phones, that is next to the next page. We also have the last thing of contacting it through our WhatsApp channel. That is how to get involved within our thing that we want to call out. So we have also got the team. This is my team. As I see, I'm there. There's a contact number. If there are some of you who need to see these numbers, you can see them. This is my team. And lastly, that is how we can get in touch. This is our security number. This is our WhatsApp. This is our email. And this is our Telegram. Lastly, there is last page of thanking you for your time. And if there's any other comment or any question, I can see one or two. If there's no any question, I can say thank you very much, you AIESEC Rwanda and all the followers of this pitching. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Esperance Dukunda. I'm here to present virtual lab and workshop, which has intention of empowering the students with interactive education. Okay. As we can say, nowadays we are encouraged to create our own job, as we are encouraged to move from job seeking rather than job creation. And this is where our solution comes. Many rural students have a big problem where nowadays you can see them having lack of resources while they are in their secondary studies. Many of them haven't laboratories, and this becomes a problem since they cannot have a practical or interactive learning. According to report of Rwanda Education Board, significant proportion of students in rural lack adequate STEAM resources, where with only 10 to 50% of schools having functional science lab and less than 5% having workshop, compared to over 50% and 30 to 40% respectively in urban schools. And then this creates what? This hinder future career limitation, bring future career limitations, inequity in educational opportunities, and this also causes limited access to quality education. As results from this, there will be hinder implementation of modern teaching methods. There will be enabled competes for scholarship, higher education opportunities, and jobs. There will be decreased interest and engagement in the STEM field. As we can see, many low students graduated from secondary school each and every year, but you can see lower number of them can compete for scholarship, can continue to their higher education, can also get job in related career. And this is not because they are not getting those studies, but this is caused by lack of interactive learning STEM. Then this is where our proposed solution comes into action. We propose virtual lab with PH interactive simulation as well as Arduino-based workshops. Those will be two combined solutions to provide interactive learning engagement in STEM area. This virtual lab will offer interactive, engaging hands-on skills, and also this will also offer accessible on computers. This also will create problem solving and critical thinking. Hence, this will provide hands-on experience with real-world technology. And then by this, we have market size, which is so big. As we can see, 7% of schools in Rwanda are in rural area. And then up taking those numbers into consideration, you can see that those numbers are too big, so that our market will be growing as government of Rwanda has intention of promoting education. And then here we have our revenue model. How can we generate money? We will be selling our service from business to customer, where we will be directly sell our service to schools. We will be selling our service also to other business. So we'll be selling our service to business, which also can be selling this to customer. We'll also be selling our services to government. Then here we have our financial projection. As you can see, we expect to receive net profit from year 1 to continue years. Then we'll be moving by having our revenue expenses, and then by first year we'll be expecting to get little net profit, but as the year continue, we'll be getting profit increased and so on. Then here we are asking financial support of around 8,000 US dollar, which will be used in infrastructure and setup costs. 58.6% will be used as infrastructure and setup costs. We will be needing 26.6 or as operational costs. 7 will be used for track training and support, while 7.8 will be used for content development and platform maintenance. Then not only us who are solving this problem, but also currently we have virtual lab, virtual science lab project, which is working currently in Rwanda. And then by comparing this is our competitor, virtual science lab. By comparing with virtual lab and workshop project, our virtual lab and workshop will be focusing on rural students, while other focus on urban and cities. This also will use interactive computer with Arduino hands-on learning, while other use only computer program for science experiments. We will combine online activities with physical Arduino, while others use only online activities. This means that our project will be better than them. We will be implementing this project as team, where we will be implementing this project as two people. Experience from the CEO of and social entrepreneur, computer science teacher with bachelor degree in computer science, together with Benina Wirusha, STEAM educator, who will be bridging industry for innovation. Where you can find us? You can find us in the Gashola sector and Middlesex on the following contact number. I encourage you to join us on our next move, since we are going to search solution for this big problem that's faced by legal students. Thank you. If there is a problem, you may ask.
Hello, my name is Vanessa Mutani. I'm from AIESEC Rwanda member. My business idea is Rwanda resistant potatoes. Actually, in Rwanda, we meet the problem of scarcity of the potatoes on market. So my solution on this problem is to create or innovate the existing variety into drought-resistant potatoes. On the problem statement is about the scarcity of Irish potato in Rwanda, mostly in warm areas. When I'm saying warm areas, is Eastern Province, also in Southern Province. The inspiration is successful implementation of drought-resistant crops in other regions. Next slide. The current situation, as I said above, is the food insecurity in our country, even on African continent. The current production will be mainly small-scale farming, low yield due to the outdated farming method and climate challenges. Next slide. On the case studies, there are many case studies, but I choose the first one. The case study one is effect of drought stress on the potatoes production. Probably there are many case studies I said above, but we will look on the drought stress on the production. Actually, potatoes, they are traditional drought sensitive, but for me and as my team, we will look on how we'll make the varieties that is resistant to that drought. Second case study is physiological and growth basis of the potatoes response to drought. The way the physiology of potatoes and the growth, there are many physiological functions, but we will look on how we will change that physiological that will be response to drought. Second, evaluation drought tolerance in potatoes varieties. As I said, we will drought on the tolerance that the potato variety that are tolerant to drought. There are many key findings, but due to the time, we will look on it in deeply, but it is the problem of time. Maybe you can skip the case studies because there are many, and look on the methodology and implementation plan. The methodologies, we are looking in phase 1, laboratory testing. This will took us 3 months. When you are testing this, maybe, as I said, but my business is not well implemented. We look on laboratory and test it. This will help us to implement our ideas. The first two will be, let's move on. The first two will be pilot project. This also it took us 6 months. This in pilot project, our objective is to implement and monitor pilot cultivation in one region of Rwanda. This location will be the warm areas, as I said above, in eastern parts and southern parts. Activities will be seed distribution, farmer training, and feed monitoring. On phase 3, move on. Phase 3, scaling up. This is where we will expand our project in different parts of country, even in African countries. Scale. As I said, the location, the target areas are in warm areas. Alternative crops during scarcity. This the alternative crops that they consume when there is no potatoes. They use sweet potatoes, cassava, maize. That's all. About the budget, this is mainly parts of my project budget. This will consumers the much money due to this is a big project. The first will be in the laboratory test, period projection, implementation, scaling up, effort, training, education, monitoring. This will cost us the very much amount of money. Totally will be like $210,000. This will be the total of our budget implementation. Finding sources will be government grants, NGO partnership, community contribution, and AIESEC Rwanda as we are in the hands. Next. Expected outcomes. There are short and long terms expected outcomes. For the short, there is increase of production of potatoes. As I said, we will increase the production and there will be the stable supply. Improve farmers' knowledge and technique. Due to the trainings we will be offering to the farmers, this will improve the farmers' knowledge. Second, next, on long term, there will be enhanced food security. Yeah, in Rwanda, we meet the food insecurity, but for the long term implementation, long term outcomes, this will be food security, economic growth in rural areas, also in urban, sustainable agriculture practice adopted. This is a long term outcomes that our business will provide. On monitoring, there are success metrics. Success metrics. This will be the after implementation, after what long terms that bloat. This there is increase in potato yield per hectare, number of farmers adopting drought-resistant seed, reduction in crop losses due to the drought and pest. For my business, as at the summary, there will be positive impact on our country or even in Africa. When there is high production of potatoes, this will increase our economy and this will provide the new adoption of farmers. Thank you for watching, and if there are no question, you can ask. I encourage you to invest in my business idea. Thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm here by the name of Jean-Berk Masindaisenga, the founder of EcoGlass Recycling Limited in Rwanda. My problem focused on growing plastic pollution in Rwanda and environmental and air hazard plastic waste. As you know, the plastic, the grasses cause many risks like wounds. Yeah. As I see in my region, I found many grasses that are put on in landfill. So I would like to come up with a solution of establishing compressive grass bottle recycling. Can you go to next? Next, please. Okay, my solution was to establish a glass bottle recycling operation with efficient collection, processing, and convert those used glasses into usable products. Next, my market opportunities. Potential customer is like beverages in many beverage industries in Rwanda, like Blarirwa and other industries of beverages, hotel for producing best the cups, plates which are well designed. Other are rising of sustainable packaging in Rwanda. Other one is shift from plastic to government. As the government of Rwanda encourage people to do recycling business. My business model is sale of recycled products, collecting and transportation for further processing and produce well designed product and operational labor product. Customer are beverage and companies, local artisans for producing some like vents. Okay, competitive landscape. My overview of competitors is the existing recycling company, but in Rwanda, there is no recycling company which recycle the grasses. Yeah, the unique proposition is superior recycling technology with strong partnership, commitment to sustainability, and community engagement. SWOT analysis, my strength is advanced technology and partnership. Weakness, initial capital investment, opportunity, growing market, and the government support. The threat is market competition and regulatory change, but in Rwanda we shift from plastic to grass uses. Now, go to market strategy. Marketing channel will be social media, local advertising, posters, and the partnership with NGOs. Sales strategy is direct sales or long-term contract competitive pricing. Promotional activity will be the event, community drive, educational workshop. My business will drive to educational workshop like university which want to learn new about recycling. They will come and learn and they will live with money in my company. Next. For my financial overview, as I predict huge financial, but initial setup like machinery, plant setup, vehicle, and manufacturing equipment would cost $800,000. Operating expense will be $100,000, which compose salary, utilities, and marketing. But for my revenue projection in year one, I will get 1.2 million dollar, year two $1.8 million, year three 2.4 million. Yeah, this will be gradually increase. Okay, required fund and use of fund. Required fund is $900. Use of fund purchase and installation of recycling and manufacturing machinery, facility setup, and the initial operating expenses, marketing and outreach activities. Okay, environmental and social impact will be reduction of plastic waste and environmental footprint, because the people of Rwanda will shift from use of plastic and use grasses which which can be recycled in Rwanda. Job creation and the community benefits for some students and other job seekers, alignment with Rwanda sustainability. Our team, a key team member, and their role is myself as CEO of company and my two colleagues. Okay, let's say thank you for your time and consideration. I would like to invite potential investors and others who are able to collaborate with my team to come and work together. We will achieve more. Thank you. My contacts are on slides. Thanks.
Hello everyone. I hope you are understanding me well. So my project idea is called Chili Plantation and Piggery Farming for Manure Production. My name is Nancy Ashimwe. I live at Rulindo. And my project is focused on direct beneficiaries, which is equal to 250 youth, especially women. Next slide, please. My idea of this project is focusing on resolving the problem of unemployment and early marriage issues. As you know that the youth is the power of their country, their own country. That's why I wanted to make those direct beneficiaries as the youth. And also why I chose the chili plantation is because the youth of which is living in Rulindo is experiencing in planting or making those chilies. Next, please. Okay, my main objective is to create 250 steady income job among youth with 18 months as the chili grows, or after 8 months is the chili is able to be harvested. And also the second is to achieve 45 increase in soil fertility and crops yield with 4 months. The specific objective is to make the women engaged, women empowerment. Next. Um, after getting that idea of the cherry plantation, I meet with the HR of Fisher Global Company because they used to give the youth who are passionate to be in the agriculture sector the free seed rates. So they told me that when I got fund or I have the money, they can help me to give me the free seed rates. And even those Fisher Global, they are the one who give the seed rates, and they are the one who harvested that seed rates. So for the market, it's a potential one and a trusted one. Next. So when, as we know, the agriculture or things of plantation, it needs the manure, pure manure or the original one. I choose to combine it with piggery farming for producing manure. If you are seeing on the screen, I choose large white type, and large white type it produce much and huge manure in the short period of time. And those manure, I can use it in my chili plantation instead of going buying the manure, which is expensive. Yeah. The community engagement or the youth engagement is the manpower. They are the one who will going to plant it, the manure follow up and market research. Next. For my plan for growth, the we I plan after implementing my chili farming of 2 hectares in a period of 2 years. I want to have like 4 hectares, even to produce manure for our chili farm and selling the remaining to the market in 2 years years ahead, even to extend markets to training the other youths. Yeah. Next, the sustainable plan, as we know, the project has to have the sustainability plan is the community engagement. When you engage the community, it's easy for your project to be sustainable because the you for the those members who work with when they find it or they are in, they include you include them in it, it makes your plan to be sustainable. And continuously monitoring evaluation by by weekly reports and others. Continue. About the cash requisition, what I'm searching for, I want the 3 million for the land length of 2 hectares in 2 years because you harvested or the chili plantation remain 2 years without digging or doing others. Even I want to use 10 pigs which will cost 2 millions. The food of pig, which will cost 2 millions again. The shelter to breed the shelter, I want to breed 15 shelters of those pigs for even to make those it will produce to have a home. Yeah, I'm looking for the water tank for making the irrigation. The chili, it's fine. For the money I want or I'm looking for, it's eight eight US dollars, 8,000 US dollars. The monetary benefit, the chili composition, I am planning to plant 10 trees on 2 hectares. You will, because of the time, I'm going to Skype it, but the total amount is 28 million. So thank you.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. My name is Muhirwa. Jean Bosco, and I'm going to present for you okay. Is anyone hearing
Okay.
me?
Yes, please start.
Yeah, let me start. My name is Muirwa Jean Bosco, and I'm co-founder of EduConnect Rwanda. Uh, we we focus on career development and the skill employability. So, in the line of our mission is to foster the culture of innovation, collaboration, and ethical leadership, preparing individual to become high skill ready and enterprising contributor to the community and beyond. So we envision to be the leading enterprise that empower the high skilled and the innovative community dedicated on building just a sustainable and technological advancement society. So next slide. So that is our team. Uh, on tackling on the problem that we saw locally in our community is many graduates from secondary and university graduates. They don't have job opportunity guarantee. They lack practical skills, communicational skills. They lack networking skills and digital employability skills in the IT sector. So our competitive analysis, it goes beyond we really compare the actual company that's in the market and our innovation. So they provide career skills, and we provide career fair and workshop, and we also provide communication skills, and we also provide, but they don't offer job shadowing, peer running, and job guarantee through the partnership with the employers. So here our competitive analysis mostly we stressful for um, like bringing the job guarantee and the employability skills. That's why we are here as a Do Connect. Next slide. So our innovation, we provide job opportunity, internship, job shadowing, a guarantee through the partnership with organization, business and recruiting firms, and the government contract. We use project-based training, peer-to-peer running, community integration of mobile platform to provide our app programs, and we provide networking seminars and event with industry experts. Next slide. Next slide. So our scalability and sustainability, like our business model, we provide consulting services, IT, data analysis, and the software development, web design. We have currently a client in a hub, and we believe we can get the government consulting project to work on and another private institution. And we use the web monitors and the content creating digital product and monetization of our creativity. So where we help individuals who are our members to monetize their content and get the skills from where they by using internet, and we use subscription model and fee-based running for workshop. Next slide. So we currently working. So as startup, we have our partners in hub. It's really responsible for or providing career development. We partnered with AfroArc and SIAS. It's a social institute for advanced studies and youth impact hub. Next slide. So we have impact. So during our activities, So we inspired more than 100 students to start gaining the skills in Excel, Power BI, and added value in their career goals. So we helped 30 individuals from community to gain data science courses through takegrowth.com, and we helped 10 students to get internship from Solid Africa and Inner Hub. We conduct events that focus on digital, social, and talks that help people to gain networking with other experts depending on their career they are in. Next slide. So in detailed number, we have strong community over than 10 members. So we provide impact 30, job shadowing 10, and online workshop 15 online workshop. Next slide. So what we need training facilities such as Loom, from ICT hubs and the youth center. We need to be connected with organizations that can support our initiative, and we need to utilize the Yugo centers to make them profitable and efficient. And so we can contact us on that number. Thank you so much.
Hello, Amifa. You're up next. Please start.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. You are hearing me?
Hi, Hamifa. You can speak louder. Thank you.
May you tell, please? You are hearing me?
Yes, we can. You may start.
Yes. My name is Hamifa Kwizera. I'm going to pitch my company in youth business, AIESEC in Rwanda. Firstly, my project title is Producing Sheltered Trees. The project brief overview. Firstly, during my project, it was very passionate to help people with suffering uncommunicable disease like stomach, high blood pressure, and diabetes. And then the problem we have in Earth is that people they are suffering with different diseases like stomach disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. That is why I introduced this project to help those people to reduce pain to them. And then, firstly, we are looking for those people who are suffering those uncommunicable disease. General objective of my project is reduction of risk to the people who suffers from diabetes, high blood pressure, and stomach pain using sheltered trees. And specific objective, reduction of stomach pain on on 80%. And also we are reduce chayote post-harvest losses. And then continue problem we have is, according to the World Health Organization, 1.2 million people have died from stomach disease worldwide in Rwanda. Non-communicable diseases kill people on rate of 33%. According to the global statistics, according to the global statistics, 10,000 up to 15,000 people in Rwanda are killed by non-communicable diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, and stomach disease. Continue. May you continue. A solution proposed. We are producing sheltered trees to reduce stomach pain, diabetes, high blood pressure, and obesity. Firstly, chayote is rich in vitamin C and D, and also has an antioxidant that helps to promote the well-being of the patients. Secondly, we are providing job to the youth, and we are adding value to the shelter fruit. May you continue. And we have budget for our project. Firstly, we have expense, rent, machine, and equipment. And also, we have total budget is 27 millions. Our own contribution as our company, company is 15 million. And funding to be mobilized is 12 million. The total of expense and the expected income, but expected income is 16 million, and expected profit are 23 million. May you continue. Potential market oriented. First, a customer will be Moza Health Center, where they are people with diabetes, high blood pressure, and stomach disease. And then we are looking for hotels, Fatima hotels. When hotel is producing this shelter trees to be good to us and to their customers. No hotel is our customers, Kara supermarket is our customers, and even local people. We are producing 4,000 bottles for local people. May you continue. Project uniqueness. Firstly, our uniqueness. Sheltered trees is an added sugar trees. because of we use pineapple and other sweeteners, which is good to the health of people. Another weakness ibyo shortages contain vitamin C and D that promote good health and well-being to the people. And then shallot contain natural diuretic properties that contribute in detoxification by removing waste in the body through purification and urine production. And then shouted juice is packaged in good bottles that make easy for storage. And then you are creating a job today. When you are hiring 20 people in start and you are grow, we will have at least 14 workers after 1 year, and farmer will have market opportunity in Shayote fruit. May you continue risk and mitigation for our company. Firstly is market problem. This will be solved by finding many, as I have showed you in previous slide, and many unstable market that have signed the agreement. We will make agreement with the market. Other one is machinery problem. I will hire someone who is in charge of maintenance of our equipment, and you are having insurance to unexpected challenge. May you continue. Project expansion. We are planning to double the production from 10,000 to 20,000 bottles in the second year of production. We will buy a lot of land where we can cultivate short fruit instead of buying them. We are planning those land. May you continue. Thank you. Thank you for following me.
Hello. Can I ask if you can hear me very well? All right. A very great morning to everyone. Thank you very much, AIESEC in Rwanda, for working with the Commonwealth to organize such an event. We really appreciate your commitment. And we are very excited to be with you as the Commonwealth. My name is Amon, for those who don't know me yet. I am part of the Commonwealth Young Youth Year of Youth Board that was launched in Shogam on the Heads of State meeting to empower that to drive the implementation of the Year of Youth implementation, to drive the implementation of strategy for the declaration of the Heads and State Declaration. The reason why this Year of Youth is very important today is to give a platform for young people across the 56 member state countries across the Commonwealth to ensure that young people are empowered to be active drivers to change in their respective communities. Young people constitute 1.5 billion population, about 60%, and they consist a high population. They represent the workforce of the Commonwealth. And today we have listened to the pitches. We have been listening to the solutions that young people are delivering to their communities. And I want to also take the opportunity on behalf of the Secretariat and the Youth Committee of the Commonwealth to say a big congratulations to everyone who has took a step to present your ideas, your thoughts. And this also proves how strong, how innovative, and your ability to make change and face the fears that our communities are pondering. Today, we have great examples of people across the world who drove change and who became great actors from nothing. Like there were normal people like you, normal people like us, but they took the chance to change the history of their communities. The story of change starts with a passion, following your passion and what you think you can do for your community. It's not about your ability or your skills or how best you are. Sometimes we are even afraid. We don't know what we have to do. We don't know what we are capable of doing until we start doing it. And as we start our innovations, starting from climate change, I had the chance to go through different initiatives, different innovations and ideas that young people are presenting since yesterday from day one. They're very, very impressive. They're tackling very pressing issues in their respective communities. And I want to remind you that this proves that your ability to change, your ability to change your community, your ability to bring results and change what is happening in your community proves that you can be a best version of yourself. If you focus on delivering the best result, you can change where you are, you can change your country, you can change yourself and your family history. I want to take also a space to just share with you a very short story about what was happening, for instance, in climate change. Just some years back, I think most of you remember in 2006 in Rwanda we had a challenge of famine broke out. We had food shortages because there were too much sunshine and drought was affecting people's produce. So that led to about 294,000 people were starved with food according to the World Food Program report. And they recommended the government to develop a new solution, a contingency plan that avoids this sustainability. because people were starving and they were facing very big problems in terms of their communities and their families were starving. So in 2007, the government of Rwanda developed a program called the crop intensification program to address food security. But even today, like if you look at what has happened over the past years, years later in 2016, Rwanda signed a Paris Climate Agreement contributing to committing to a contribution of 38% reduction in carbon emissions. And this means that they had committed to 6.3% reduction of carbon emissions every year. However, if you look at our communities in our local families, the behaviors in addressing carbon emissions, for instance, have not changed. And we have jeopardizing the achievement of SDG 13. So how now young people, we are seeing young people developing different solutions that are addressing that using innovations and technology to address the problems that the country is facing as one of the member states of the Commonwealth. This proves their ability to change the situation and turn the tables around to show that young people are not only able to be engaged, but they also possess the ability to change their community situations. They possess the ability to bring results on the table. Now, as the Commonwealth, we are driving from, we're shifting from engagement, youth engagement to participation. So we are now developing a program called Commonwealth Youth Program 2.0, shifting from the youth program, the Commonwealth Youth Program that was designed 50 years ago. If you look at today, the Global Youth Development Index, you will find that young people who are involved in the community, they have a very lowest rate. Why? Because you find that young people are in the communities, but they are not recognized. Their efforts are not recognized, not because they're not able to deliver value, but because of their challenge with communication, their challenge with the position they have, but they are taking the stage and showing what they are capable of doing. You are among those people who can make change, and we are seeing this from even the products that you have developed today. Yeah. So just this year, a company of young people from the Commonwealth who joined the Year of Youth, the Year of Youth project, they developed a solution that is going to be implemented in Rwanda to impact about 9 farmers. They are targeting to reduce carbon emissions by 9% every year for the next 6 years, contributing to 54% NDC, National Determined Contribution, by 2030. So what that means is that they're bringing together, it's a group of young people, bringing together their knowledge, expertise, agriculture, expertise in technology, AI technologies. They're combining a diverse backgrounds to ensure that they address the problems that are more pressing in the communities. And with that, they will create value. They aim to create value of at least ensuring that by 2030, Rwanda achieves an NDC contribution of 16% more gases reduced, which means that in 2016, when Rwanda was signing the Paris Climate Agreement, it committed to 38%, and now they're delivering 54% as a vision. So that shows you that if young people who constitute 1.5 billion across the Commonwealth, more than 60%, if they can come together, bring their ideas, their solutions, their innovations together, and face their fears, face their barriers, and stand up for action, they can change the community, and we can build a Commonwealth that is fit for all. So to close, I want to thank everyone who has took this chance, and specifically, I want to say a big congratulations to AIESEC in Rwanda, that stepping up to join the Commonwealth and Secretariat as one of the top big 6 youth-led organizations in the world. I remember 2 years back when AIESEC was signing an agreement with the Commonwealth Secretariat. All of us were very proud to see that such a global youth-led organization that has been impacting the world for the past for over 70 years is now still committed and driving change, delivering to and committed to delivering experiential leadership experiences. And today, you have benefited from this program because AIESEC has took the chance. They have took this opportunity to ensure that they decentralize, they bring this opportunity to young people in partnership of the Commonwealth. And we look forward to even more engagements, more partners and be involved. I want to wish you all the best for all those who have done pitches. I believe that the past 2 days have been so impactful for you. I hope you have learned a lot about storytelling, pitching, convincing partners, but it's not only about conviction and ensuring that partners give you money. It's about changing community lives. And I want to encourage you that keep learning, keep developing yourself, because sharing your story, it doesn't only stop from you pitching and getting the grant. It goes beyond that, because that story, the story of your company, your solution, goes beyond a grant or a fund that you will receive. Sometimes we pitch and we don't succeed, but that's okay. That doesn't mean that our pitches were not good. It means that it needs more improvement, and learning is a long run process. So we keep on learning from our failures, from our mistakes. They make us make our ideas much better, and they also expand the impact that we are having. I want to take this opportunity to say a very big thank you to everyone who has participated. And we, as the Commonwealth Youth Advisory Committee, we are ready to keep supporting, working with AIESEC and all like-minded partners to ensure that we deliver value and we build a Commonwealth that elevates and gives the voices of young people, to ensure that these voices, these opinions of young people and the ideas of young people are empowered, they are given chance, they're given a stage to shine, and they are impacting community lives. So thank you very much. All the best to everyone who has made this possible, and let's continue this great job. Let's continue building on what has been achieved. Thank you very much. All the best to all of you.